Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the world. We are back again. It is the front office report. I'm here with my boys Daniel, my boy Gabbo. How are we doing, guys?
Good.
Good. Early Monday. Post Grand Prix.
Yes. Good,
Hamilton
good race,
podium,
actually.
baby.
Yes. Love that.
We
Love seeing
back.
Lewis back on that podium. Did you see the little? I know this is me diverting already, but that's what we do here anyway. Did you see the shot of him on the podium, like spraying Verstappen, like just straight in the face,
Nice.
as if he's trying to like blind the guy so that he can't drive anymore? Yeah,
Nice.
Uh,
Well, hey, I had a great weekend. I met George Russell. I met Carlos Sainz. I met Albon.
Yes,
And I saw Fernando Alonso as well. So that was pretty damn.
pretty sick. I think
Anyways.
George Russell would be the one that I would like sort of be a little bit like starstruck by because
Yeah.
that guy. Anyway, we're not here to talk Formula One. We are here to do our first tier list of the year. We've had the drafts. We're sort of into that bit of preseason where not really anything is happening. So we'll sort of go through, have a little chat about where we think all of the 32 NFL teams are at the minute. And we'll see how we go. Obviously, we'll probably keep redoing these week by week. And we can keep a track of where everyone shakes out as the season gets going. Who wants to start? Where do we want to start? Should we start around the far left, just go with the Cardinals and work our way through?
So
I think that'd be the easiest. Yeah.
Wait, what did you guys say?
Where should we start with? Cardinals.
Okay, well, I was gonna do. I just got a cartwheel and just spun to get it randomly.
Oh no! Okay, I
Do
like
that,
that.
do
I like
that.
that. Yes.
All right.
Yes. I
So
like
the first team we'll be talking about are Dallas Cowboys. Take it away,
Interesting.
Zeke fan.
Oh, this one's so difficult.
Yeah.
Where did we put them last year? Do you guys
that would have been
remember?
interesting. It would have been good if we'd had. Should I see if I can find our last tier list?
I mean, look.
It might take too long, but yeah,
I
I
do
don't know. This one jumped around so much last year, didn't it?
I do want to clarify. So, playoff contender. Does this mean that we're hoping, like, we're saying that they're gonna get to playoffs, or that they're gonna win, like, their conference, their division? Like, what are we saying here? Because if it's getting to playoffs, then the Cowboys are there. I mean, it's a trash division. So
That's true. Yeah, I guess that's what we should base it off of. This one, at least.
I think it should be they are a contender to get into the playoff, and then our top tier is guys that are potentially going to sort of go all the way. I just feel as though the Cowboys are a team that they have potentially a really high ceiling, but then they also seem to have a really low floor. Like they just seem to be like we said from last season. I'm sure they probably actually hit every single tier at some point through the season.
Yeah, it was nuts because remember the first like 4 or 5 weeks where they got Tampa Bay all the way to the very end. I think they missed a field goal or something, and then they were winning like 3 or 4 games in a row. And we're like, oh my god, like this is it. And then they ended up just like dying towards the end of the season. So yeah, they're obviously a playoff contender, but there's no shot we're making them Super Bowl contenders.
No, I mean not unless we see more. I mean, look, they definitely moved on from Amari Cooper and put all their eggs in Michael Gallup, which I mean, maybe they see something that I don't, but
yeah,
Yeah,
actually, I think they took a step down this year.
Sorry?
I think they've taken like a step down. Like normally teams like that, they like go all in on like the big veteran players. I feel like they've just not done a whole lot.
Look, I think Dak will be a little worse. Zeke will be a little worse. Gallup to me will continue to become worse. CD had a decent year, like not the best, but not the worst, I guess. They do have Schultz relying there. Somehow had an amazing year. So I don't know, but like you said, like at the end of the day, like will they make it to playoffs? Most likely. And
I think that's the benefit they have of going by sort of our tiers. They're going to make the playoffs more than likely.
Yeah.
I just can't see them really making a dent on the playoffs themselves unless things just go sort of absolutely crazy for them. Like Zeke has to start showing his sort of pre-injury form. We need to see Dak sort of going off. I would need CD to have like a really big jump. So I can't see them, shaking too many trees in the playoffs.
Yeah. Look, let's put them in playoff contenders, but we can probably agree that every team we put in that same tier will go ahead of them, and they can be kind of like the bottom of.
I think
the
so.
playoff contenders.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's
Yep.
good. Let's see if I can spin this again. I don't know how.
You spin,
Okay,
my
there we
man.
go.
You spin, my man.
It's spinning. Wheel of Fortune. If I knew the actual theme music. All right. Chargers.
Ooh, okay.
This is a fun one. It's a fun division.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're better than Dallas. So, I mean, they have to be at least the top of playoff contenders. I would say possibly pushing up into the Super Bowl.
So, again, to clarify, because sure they might be. I feel like we do need to clarify because if we put them below Cowboys, do we assume they're worse? Because at the same time, Chargers have a lower chance to make it to the playoffs based on their division alone, right? So,
I guess we
either focus on actually getting to Super Bowl, actually getting into the playoffs, actually being middle of the pack, actually finishing bottom. Which, if that's the case, then we might as well just do first, second, third, fourth of every group. You know?
I think we should take sort of the divisions out of contention. I think let's just focus on the teams themselves. What we think of that team irrelevant because then you do have like a team like Dallas does get an advantage versus a team like the Chargers.
Yeah. We probably should have clarified this before. Apologies, but
we probably should have done. Yeah.
How about we do? I don't know. I don't want to say underdogs, but like worth watching or could make a run for it, something like that.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
And we can
because I think that do it.
What do you think, Dan? We can lower Cowboys in that case and keep Cowboys at the
that's fine by me. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say. What can we say?
Yeah, unless we put it as like a dark horse contenders, and they're unlikely to really get very far, but they're going to get in the playoffs, and they could potentially surprise people.
Why not just add another tier? Keep put strong playoff contenders, and then add another tier as like a dark horse. We'll probably make playoffs, but probably will also be knocked out of the playoffs round one. Or we could just put wild card. I don't know.
Is there a way to add another?
Yeah, you can add another tier. Pretty sure there is a way.
Yeah. Just need to make sure that you guys can see everything. Yeah, okay. So we said here, strong playoff contender and wild card.
Yeah.
Middle of the pack. Okay.
Yeah.
So where do we put the Cowboys there?
Right there.
Right here? Okay.
Yeah, I think wild card, yeah.
Wild card, yeah. Even though they won't make the wild card because they'll win their division, but they're still just it may as well be.
In the grand scheme of things, they're a wild card in the playoffs. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so Dan, where do you put the Chargers then? What are your thoughts on the Chargers so far this season?
Super Bowl contenders.
Wait,
I think they got massively better. They got Khalil Mack, and I think in the secondary they got J.C. Jackson. So that amount of pressure up front with Khalil Mack, and then also having the secondary because they had their secondary let up so many points, like an insane number of points. Do you remember that one bet I put on was it under like 69.5 points? They let up like 49 points. It's something ridiculous. Yeah. So basically, their problem wasn't scoring. Their problem was defense, and they added one of the best people up front and one of the best secondary players. I think they're going to do pretty good. They're in a very difficult division, but I kind of think they're a little bit better than Kansas City now.
I was saying that last year, but again, I kept getting disappointed, and I don't know, like you said, their issue was the secondary. Would Khalil Mack be the difference maker? Do you really think that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, he puts so much pressure, double teamed.
With
I
Just
think
Joe in
makes
one side.
he's still a game changer. Like he still is someone that when he's like on the not on the injury report, you're going to be concerned about him. You have to be aware of him.
There's only a couple guys in the NFL that get double teamed, and those are all elite, top tier guys, and they make a huge amount of difference, disrupting the offense. Yeah,
I do agree
a
that-
huge amount of money, but
Yeah, I do agree that they're a better team than Kansas City. Raiders, I still have yet to really take a look at, but I don't know if I'd say Super Bowl contenders, but definitely up in the strong play of contenders. So Seb, you'll be the tiebreaker.
I think they're Super Bowl. I agree with
Okay.
Dan. I think the
Okay.
additions they've made, another year on of sort of Justin Herbert. I think they look very, very strong. I'm not sure if I agree with them being better than Kansas City.
Well,
though.
we're
I
not
don't
putting
know.
Kansas City as Super Bowl contenders. I don't think so.
We'll get to Kansas City when we
We'll
get
see.
to Kansas City.
All right.
Right, you spin that wheel,
Moving
brother.
on to the Seattle Seahawks.
Ooh,
crap, put them in trash straight away. Seriously, this team
Trash.
sucks. I would put them at the worst team in the NFL, maybe.
Man,
wow.
I
I mean, to be
can't-
fair, who are they going to be starting at QB? Either Drew
Probably
Lock or
Geno.
Either Geno Smith or what's the other guy, Drew Lock?
Lock,
Drew
like,
Lock.
Yeah,
and then you have Rashad
Yeah.
Penny, like most inconsistent injury-prone running back I've seen since like the whole hype he had around his first year.
man.
Like
They suck.
I
But
don't
also,
know if
it's-
they're the
it's-
worst, but I can.
It's like they're the worst because they have no direction. Like you got rid of Russell Wilson, and you just like there's nothing to be excited about on that team. It just sucks. Like I'd be
I mean,
more
the
excited if I was like a
only-
Jags fan. At least you have a young team, lots of picks, whatever. Seahawks, like, okay, what's happening?
That's
like, are you
true.
gonna
They
blow
should've-
up or what's
That's
happening
true.
here?
That's true. They should have done something with DK. I think that the trade for DK would have been awesome for them.
I think
and
they
get some good
they
picks.
could still trade him. To be honest,
I think they should.
So-
and if they do, maybe
yeah.
we can put them in the rebuilding side. But you're absolutely right. Like they are trash. I
They
can't.
suck.
It sucks because like I've always loved watching Seattle play, and now it's like I can't even be.
Yeah,
It's just
and they've got one of the hardest divisions as well.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna get smacked 6 games. Like that's all an instant 6 losses. Like all the teams they play in that division.
100%.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm not very optimistic for them. There's no one really I can think off the top of my head right now that I'm thinking are worse. Like even some of the teams that we had down in trash from last year, like you say, they have a bit of a direction. So yeah, I don't really know what the Seahawks are doing. I agree. I think DK. I would have thought DK would want to go somewhere. Like he's coming in towards his sort of prime years. He doesn't want to be throwing the ball by
Yeah.
Drew Lock, man.
I don't think anyone
wants
I don't
that.
think he's gonna get it. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay, moving forward to my team. Let's talk about the Green Bay Packers.
Well, why do you go first? What do you think?
first, yeah.
Your team?
Look, it sucks because it's always been a team that and I'll keep on saying it every single year. We're there to like be above average, but we're never gonna do the moves to win it. So, do we always get through? Yes. Do we always get far? Yes. Do we always choke at the end? Yes. And that's I can't. It's been enough years for me to experience that, and it'd be stupid of me saying that we're still Super Bowl contenders. So unless they fix that, and clearly, I mean, we're still missing what I don't know. I mean, Watkins great, but we lost Devante.
Yeah. Is he
So,
is he
like,
great?
I mean,
Is he great? I mean,
I think it'll be good for like the long passes, which is great, but it's not we're still missing a Devante, right? And Aaron Jones still had like not the best of years, and I don't know. Look, I think we're gonna win that division easily again, but I'd say for that reason, I'd rather aim low and get surprised than aim high and get disappointed. So I'll put them as a strong playoff contender at the very least.
Dan, what do you think?
Yeah, I put them at the probably. I'm going to probably end up putting them at the very top of a strong playoff contender. They still have a huge high ceiling. They're missing one guy, right? But they still have like probably the best offensive line in the NFL. They got a really good rookie. They still have the pieces. It's just how are they going to cope without Davante Adams? Who's the ball? What's the spread going to be like? What are the targets going to be like? That's what nobody knows because it's never happened. So,
but there's always, it's so frustrating because every year it's a different issue, and every year it's like a different like little thing that you're like, okay, we can tackle it.
They don't do things the easy way, the Green Bay Packers.
That's the thing, and it's like every year it's like, okay, if we fix this next year, then we should win it. But as soon as we fix that, something else happens. You know, like before it was defense, we fixed that. Now it's the special teams. Hopefully now we fix that, and now probably it's gonna be the wide receiver area. So I don't know, but I still agree with Dan.
They're pretty stacked on wide receiver though. Like people always say that, but
picked up a couple of good rookies.
Sammy Watkins is good. He could be a really, really good if he's the same guy that came out of college. Yeah. I mean, Christian Watson and that Dubes guy, like they're really like top tier wide receivers. It's just whether they're like on their rookie year, they're as good as they will be 5 years down the line.
All I'm saying is that something could go wrong, and it could be that. But
yeah, of course,
right now, you know, they're not.
I think it's overhyped. I think the loss of Davante Adams is a little bit too overhyped. Elite wide receiver, but you replaced him with 3 just as good, like not just as good, but 3 wide receivers. Would you rather have 1 elite receiver or 3 really good wide receivers? Right. So if one's got the top, you know, cornerback on him, you still got another 2. In past years, it was always going to be Davante Adams who was getting the ball, regardless of who else was on the field. Now it's like, okay, now you have options. I think that is pretty good. I think I'd probably pick that over having just like 1 star player that you have to rely on. What happens if he gets injured? You're screwed.
Yeah.
You know?
No, and it's still a long-term good decision. Like it hurts, it stings, but it's still a good long-term decision. You're committing to Aaron Rodgers. You can't commit to both. Davante's 29. You know, like you kind of have to like step forward and do something different, right? So.
Yeah.
Long term, yes, it stinks right now, but long term it could be the good play. I'd rather be surprised than disappointed.
Temper your expectations, yeah.
Exactly.
I think at the end of the day as well, when you have Aaron Rodgers, that automatically raises your ceiling drastically. Yeah. I think with him under center, like throwing the ball, you're always going to be very, very good. I think if it had been Rodgers that had left this season, would be a completely different picture. It'll be very interesting to see how much longer he goes, how much longer he stays in Green Bay. I mean, is this really what he wanted? Is he pacified now? Don't know. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see where that goes. But no, I agree. I think strong playoff contender. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but yeah, they're still going to be up and around the upper echelon. Unfortunately. Right, next team. Who we got, Gabo?
Tennessee Titans. It's gonna be a good conversation. Who wants to go first?
You go.
Me? I think they're middle of the pack. I think this team got worse. Their issue was Ryan Tannehill, and there's not like any improvements there. Based on the stat that you were sharing multiple videos about Derrick Henry's, you know, probably falling off after an injury, doesn't look too promising. I mean, stats and data are still stats and data. And they lost. I mean, they got
AJ Brown.
Yeah, they lost AJ Brown, got Robert Woods. So I don't see that as an upgrade. Although AJ Brown was pretty trashy last year. So yeah, and now the Colts are clearly the winners of that division. So I don't know. I think they're worse than the Cowboys. So I'd definitely rank them below the Cowboys. Whether it's middle of the pack or wild card, I would say more middle of the pack, to be honest.
What about you, Dan? What do you think?
He's smirking.
I still really like them. I mean, they did really well in the draft to get Treylon Burks, who is better than AJ Brown, I think, or will be at least. Robert Woods is always very iffy. What's he going to be like after that injury? Obviously, I have Derrick Henry, so I would put them. It is very difficult. I think I would put them above Dallas in the wild card spot because they do have a weak division. They're playing the Texans twice. They're playing the Jags twice. They probably will lose to the Colts. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think they'll probably still make the wild card.
Okay. Seb?
But I think they got better, but the gap between them and strong playoff contenders grew. So they got better, but other teams just got much better. So
they got better. Okay.
Yeah, I think they got slightly better.
Okay.
See, I think I agree more with Gabo. I think they're sort of middle of the road. I don't think they're better than Dallas personally. I'm very ready to be proven wrong. But
So how about we do this? Where are they? How about we put them right here?
Yep, sounds good.
I'm down for that.
Seb and I both bring him below Dallas, but they're still a wild card. You're right. They do play Texans and Jags twice. So yeah.
I think again, thinking about the team though, I don't know. I just don't feel inspired by them.
Yeah.
Let's see how good Derrick Henry is when he comes
true.
back. Like, is he going to be a monster? If he's a monster, then I put him above Dallas easily. But if he takes like a big regression, then I would put them in the middle of the pack. He really makes a difference, like offensively. Like they just pound the ball the whole fourth quarter, eat the time, go score a touchdown. Like it's crazy. But without him, it's like, oh, you got Ryan Tannehill, great. I've got no faith in that guy.
I think that's the thing is that Derek is he's just a cheat code, man. Like, how do you stop that guy? I don't think Tannehill on his own raises the ceiling enough that if they are not able to rely on Henry as much, they can maintain the standards and the level of play. So I think that's why I'm still a little bit cautious. I want to see how Derek comes into the season, and then again, we can always pop them back up to strong playoff contenders depending on how they do.
I'm completely blanking here. Did AJ Brown start his career in Tennessee? No.
No, where did he start? I can't remember. Let me see.
I want to say no. I think he was traded from somewhere.
No, he was drafted by the Titans.
Oh, he was? Okay.
Yeah.
Where he is now again?
He is Eagles.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was draft day trade. I forgot about that.
Mm.
Okay, speaking about no faith, Houston.
Oh no.
Hey, they got the big boy Davis Mills, man.
Yeah. Well, I think they're I wouldn't put them as trash because they were very smart and traded away Deshaun Watson and won the trade by a million years. I did not think anyone would give the amount of first round picks that Cleveland gave up for someone who potentially could be missing this entire season.
That's true.
And the rest.
And yeah, exactly. Could never play for the NFL again. Has got all that guaranteed money. Texans, on the other hand, have got a heap of first round picks and second round picks. They're building around Davis Mills, who I think is like everyone bashes on him, but if you look at his stats, like he's not a bad quarterback. Like he's good. He's a decent quarterback.
You could argue he was the second best rookie quarterback behind Mac Jones last year. I don't think anyone else was.
First round pick, like the Texans didn't have to spend any money, no capital to acquire him. Just like long shot. They're going to have tons of first round picks. If Cleveland blow up, and if Cleveland, for example, if they don't have Deshaun Watson this year, and they have to put Baker, or if Baker's traded and they have someone else, they're going to be like a terrible team. So the Texans automatically get their pick. Yeah. This could work out just like the James Harden trade with the Nets, where you think they've got an all-star team and suddenly they like implode, and suddenly the Rockets have all these picks. Like that's what I'm hoping for. They're definitely not trash. They're in a rebuild mode. They have like a system. They know what they're doing. They've got like a trajectory that they're going on. I mean, you can revisit this in like 3 years and see where they are then. But right now, they're a solid rebuild team. They have tons of capital, decent players like Brandon Cooks as well. So yeah, I'm excited. There's definitely gonna be better than last year. So.
Big words. Tom Brady wasn't the first round quarterback pick, so hey.
Exactly.
David.
Yeah, and he wasn't amazing his first year either. He was okay. So you never know.
Yeah, no. I like the rebuilding mode. I mean, you said it yourself. Like, they do have something to aspire for. You guys have a lot of picks up coming and everything. So I mean, look, it's not gonna be a fun game. I mean, I can't. Hopefully, Texans Seahawks is not a game that happens.
I don't want the Texans to win. That's the thing, though. Is like I want the number one pick. Like when you're in the rebuild mode, like you want them to play well. I would love to see them play well for like 3 quarters and then be like, all right, boys, pack it in.
Yeah. Put in the third stringers. In you go, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of agree with what you guys have said. I think, Davis Mills seems like he's clicking with the team. He showed some really good flashes last year. I don't see why you would waste capital on another QB when you've got him, even if he's not necessarily anything more than a bridge quarterback. Fine. Yeah, I got plenty of draft picks mixed with a few good veterans that hopefully you can sort of take through, like you said, Brandon Cooks. Yeah, they're not going to do anything really this season, but they're not trying to really. This is not their year. But give them a couple of seasons, like you say, we'll revisit it. Who knows? There could be could see Davis Mills hoisting that Lombardi. You never know.
Well, let's continue. Let's continue with the AFC back, and now we're talking about the Colts. Dan, where do you think they stand?
Yeah, sure. Above Dallas in the wild card spot. I don't think they're like a strong playoff contender, but definitely a wild card spot.
Ooh.
Yeah,
what did you think of them picking up Matt Ryan?
I don't believe in Matt Ryan. That's why. Like, I just don't think he's a good quarterback. He had like good pieces. Like, he's had good pieces to throw to, but he sucks. Turns the ball over all the time. What's the difference with being on the Indianapolis Colts? Yeah, you're gonna look good against the Texans and the Jags, but that's not a quarterback I would want slinging the ball around. So I've watched him enough because I've had him in fantasy teams. I've watched him a lot because I had Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts before, and I've been like, okay, hopefully a ton of targets, and the ball's just sailing everywhere but the person's hands, and it's just like, no, I don't believe in him. So yeah, that's why he's there. If they had like a really decent quarterback, half decent quarterback, they'd be much higher. But
so where do you put them then?
Above Dallas.
So yeah, which tier are you saying? Above Dallas.
In the wild card spot, yeah.
What about you, Sebo?
Yeah. Gabo? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I think although they have got still a very, very good defense, I think their offense just doesn't massively inspire me. Whether you play Matt Ryan, have they still got Carson Wentz on their team, or has he gone now? I can't even remember where he is. Is he still on the Colts?
Washington.
Surely they can't be.
Washington Commanders.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Matt Ryan moves the needle enough for them to be really pushing anything more. They might sneak into the playoffs, but yeah, as we've said, tough. You know, the division will make a difference. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with them being better than Dallas though. I feel as though if things click for the both of them, I feel as though Dallas has a better chance to be better. If that makes sense. I don't know. What do you think, Abby?
I'm more on the optimistic side with Matt Ryan, so I was gonna move him up a tier, but clearly it's gonna be dragged down. So I guess I'd be fine with.
I'm convinced of them having a strong playoff contender, though. It really depends what Matt Ryan you get. Is it the 2016-2017 version, or is it the 2020 version?
That's true.
Yeah, like because they have good offensive pieces. Like they.
Right. Somebody join.
Captain Spicy.
Captain Spicy joined, and everyone went to hell. Okay, now I need to work with the
cameras. Oh my god! It's like when they have a WWE match. And Stone Cold music hits.
I just need the two beers. Just
that's what you should have done. You should have done entrance music, and then
next time.
Oh my god! What a nice surprise! We now have the full front office reporters in the building.
Exactly.
Omar El-Sharawi, how we doing, my man?
I'm glad. I'm good, but I'm confused.
Here we go.
Because you guys have.
Here we go.
Like we already lost all credibility. I don't know what this tier list is. I leave you for one video.
What's wrong with it then?
Yeah, okay. So, Omar, what are you saying needs changing?
Texans above the Seahawks? Are you kidding me?
Hell yeah.
You didn't hear our reasoning, though.
Bro, the Seahawks are terrible this year.
The Seahawks have no direction, and they suck.
And the Texans are definitely a lot better. What direction are the Texans going?
The Texans have a heap of first-round picks, have a decent quarterback, have Brandon Cooks, drafted exceptionally well. They've had one very bad season after Deshaun Watson, but they won that trade. They're going places. They're rebuilding. That's what that tier is for. Whereas Seahawks have got Geno Smith and Drew Lock.
How did you let Dan convince you guys to put the Texans above the Seahawks?
I know.
What did the Seahawks have?
No,
What did the Seahawks have though? It's not like a high like benchmark. It's not like it's a tall order to be better than the Seahawks.
I know. They're still definitely a lot better than the Texans.
Well,
What-
Omar,
who-
you were not here, okay?
Okay, well, then that okay. Titans should have no reasoning being there. What? How are the Titans that high up?
Well, they play the Jags and
Why not?
Houston twice.
Because apparently the Texans have a direction now,
Well,
so
the
clearly
Texans-
they're
Yeah,
a better.
Yeah, we didn't say the
long-term
Texans
one.
were going to win. We said the
Yeah.
Texans had a direction to
I'm
rebuild
loving
it.
these takes from
I'm
Omar
sorry.
here.
I don't think the Texans are gonna do well. Like who okay, if who you're talking about
Nobody
No,
thinks
no,
the Texans
no,
are doing
they're
well.
doing well. They're gonna
that's
be
the thing.
bad.
We didn't say they were doing well.
They're still at the bottom.
Titans, chill, hold your horses. The Titans are not gonna do well.
I was so relaxed before Omar came.
The Titans are not gonna do well. Apart from Henry, who do they have?
Well, this is sort of what we
either
said
side.
is that
On either
This
side,
is-
on either side, offense and defense.
this is sort of very much dependent on if Derrick Henry is good, they could very well be sort of that sort of level. If he's bad, they will of course drop. But they still have a more than serviceable quarterback. They have options to throw to, so they're not like terrible.
What options? They have Traylon Burks, who is
Robert Woods.
Robert Woods. Okay, so Robert Woods, who just came off an ACL injury. Traylon Burks, who showed up to camp overweight and now apparently has asthma, and the medics didn't. His medical didn't show that to the Titans.
Really?
So,
Oh, no way.
yeah. So your WR2 has asthma. Your WR1 is coming off an ACL injury. You have your star running back, who, according to Dan, once a big player has a big year, they get injured. He already was injured towards the end of the season. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets injured again, and that's why they drafted a running back. So this is who you guys have as a wild card contender.
To be fair, I did say
Yeah,
middle
but
of the pack, so
they're in a
we could
shit
be.
division. They can easily get a wild card. They have a good defense too. They did it last year where they didn't score a lot, but they held teams to a lot of really low scoring games.
Name me 2 players on their defense.
On their defense, I have no
Without
idea
Googling.
who they're.
Okay, that point proven. Next, point proven.
All right.
Next.
Anyways,
You
we're
don't have
moving
to
on.
have star
We're
players to have a
moving
good defense, though.
We're moving on to the Miami Dolphins.
Well,
that-
according to this channel's logic,
Omar.
they're gonna be Super Bowl contenders.
What do you think of the Miami Dolphins?
See, I think the Dolphins are actually wild card quality. That's a wild card team, not the Titans. They got
Okay.
Tyreek Hill. They got a super deep running back committee. Tua, I actually think, is overrated. I think he's actually way better than people give him credit for. They already had a decent defense from last year, and they continue to build on it. So I'd say I don't think they're a strong playoff contender, but they're definitely good enough to be a wild card player. Definitely more than the
I agree. I
Titans.
mean, I believe in
Way more
Miami.
than the Titans.
I do believe in Miami. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, getting there. Gesicki still there, correct?
Yep,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Gesicki is still there.
Then they have a wild RB committee, and like you said, the defense was really, really, really strong last year. But they are in a tough division, so it is something that we need to consider as well. You got the Bills there, and you got Patriots there with Mac Jones, so it is doable. It is the point, like kind of like the NFC West, where you could get all top 3 into the playoffs.
But like, for example, I think they're like, obviously the Patriots is always a hit or miss, but I think at least on paper they're better than the Pats are.
Seb,
I
Dan?
think they have a better roster.
I think they have some nice skill pieces. I think again, this is another team that is very much gonna their performance is gonna depend on one player. I think it depends what we get from Tua, who I think is still very unproven. I sort of agree with you, Omar. I think he does get a bit too much hate when he's still a bit of a question mark. I don't think it's fair to write him off immediately. He has got some nice pieces to throw to. They've got some nice pieces on the secondary. Xavier Howard's still there. I personally think, though, they would be middle of the pack, but again, I don't know if that's taking their division more into account. Whether I should ignore that. As a team, you could potentially put them into the wild card slot, but I think it's just the division that's going to make it difficult for them. What about you, Dan?
Yeah, I think they're middle of the pack. I don't think they're anywhere near wild card. I don't think they're that good a team. They have a lot of really good players, but I don't think they're a good team. I don't believe in Tua either. I don't think he's a good player. So.
Okay, so average position. Top of the middle pack or bottom of the wild card?
I personally think they're better than the Titans, but that's just me.
But apparently, you think the Titans are the NFL's next big team.
All right. Well, we'll edit this as we go. Hopefully, once the teams start playing, we can actually see if they're
Yes.
good. There's a lot of overhype around a lot of teams. So next up, Omar, we're making a wheel.
Oh, big fan.
Yeah. And the last of the AFC South, Jaguars.
Trash.
Well,
The
Rebuilding?
Texans are rebuilding.
Yeah, rebuilding.
Above the Texans are rebuilding.
You think it's still trash, Omar?
Look, they can be trash now, but rebuilding for future. That's what
yeah,
I'm
I
talking
think-
about.
Okay, but then that's gonna apply to the Seahawks.
No,
Like,
what do they
how-
have?
No, it's not.
How
Seahawks
are they
don't have any
rebuilding?
draft capital or anything. The Jacksonville Jaguars have one of the best college quarterbacks of all time. He's had 1 year. I don't think we can judge any rookie quarterback in 1 year.
Oh, so that applies to your boy Trevor, who you love so much, but Tua. Oh, so the
Trevor?
heavens.
Oh, Trevor. Yeah. No, that's what I said. I said the jury is still out on him. It's still a question mark. That's why drop them down a bit. Again, the Jags are rebuilding. They're not going to be pulling up any trees. They're probably not going to have an amazing record. But they have a direction. They're building around Trevor Lawrence. They have a few nice pieces. They're not sort of blowing the bank trying to sign all the free agents, but yeah, I completely agree.
Trevor was a rookie. Tua is not a rookie, and also Trevor's head coach got fired halfway through the season.
Okay,
So it's like you can't make a.
Ted nearly had a good argument. He nearly had a good argument. And then he said one of the stupidest comments on this channel, which is they're not blowing the bank to sign any free agents. They paid
Okay, no, they
Christian
did.
Kirk
Yeah, Christian.
$80
Then if you
million on
if you
over
look at-
3 years,
if
and then
you look
they
at
got
the-
2 tight ends when they already had two tight ends on their rosters in the free agency.
if you look at that Christian Kirk deal, a lot of that I think is future money, which there is very much dependent on performance. So on the whole, it looks like a bad deal, but when you delve into it, it's not quite as terrible as you first think. And again, the guy Trevor still needs to throw the ball to someone. So I don't think Christian Kirk is a bad option for them. I think rebuilding. They're not trash.
They'll be
They're
trash.
not
They'll have a poor
Their
record. It's
defense
just
got significantly better too.
they'll have a poor
They got
record.
3 guys
anyway.
who are very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, being in rebuilding is not something to be proud of. They're still gonna suck. It's just Seahawks is like they're gonna suck this year and the followings. So it's like, Anyway, moving on. This is gonna be a rough one.
Next.
This is gonna be a rough one already. Denver Broncos.
Ooh.
Omar, what do you think?
I think middle of the pack and probably below the Dolphins. Or honestly, I think that's me being optimistic towards them. I wouldn't be surprised if they're really bad.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, look, I think they have Russell Wilson. They have Jared Judy. They have Sutton. They have Devontae Walker, who a lot of people think is going to be like an RB1, RB2
Williams.
this year. Devontae Williams. Sorry, but I don't know. I just don't think they have enough of a well-rounded team. I don't know. I don't know what their defense is. I think their defense is really underwhelming. So I think they're just middle of the. I mean, I think the Dolphins have a better shot
I don't know.
at the wild card than the Broncos.
They have a nice secondary, man. Justin Simmons, Patrick Surtain the second.
Oh, fair.
I'm quite high on this team, man. When you add Russell Wilson, he automatically pumps you right up. That's big levels. I mean, what have they gone from Drew Lock to Russell Wilson? Jerry Judy looks like he could be something quite special. Cortland Sutton, as you said, I'm quite high on these. I would say at least wild card, personally.
I mean, okay, if it makes you feel better, I think they're better than the Titans, but that's my issue is that we put the Titans too high. So so I would say move the Dolphins and the Broncos to wild card, and then move the Titans to middle of the pack.
Oh, man.
Dan,
Nah, you missed the Titans. The Titans are staying where they are. You weren't here. Dan, what do you think about the Broncos?
I put them below Green Bay. I think they got yeah. I think they're probably a top 8 team this year, 8-9 team. Definitely top 10.
Okay, yeah. I wouldn't go that high up, but I guess if we average it out within the wild card, maybe.
I'm happy to go top of wild card.
I will put him at the bottom of the wild card, but maybe just leave him. I guess average on what I've been listening to. This is where we would fit them. This is what happens when you try to get 4 knuckleheads to get to all agree.
I think if you compare, like, let's say Dallas and the Broncos, I would say Denver has the better QB.
I put my money on
Denver
Dallas.
Huh?
I put my money on Dallas, but then again, what do I know?
Really?
Right? I lose. I lose in bets. So what do I know?
I think I'd put my money on Denver there, but I'm happy to leave them there for now. Again, week 2 or 3, we might be moving them up depending on how they play. So, and Dan can come back to this and say, "I told you guys. I told you."
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Right. Next team.
Is this Atlanta? It is Atlanta. Atlanta Falcons.
Dan, what do you think?
I don't even know where. I think I put them in trash. Honestly, I don't see this team is just. I don't know what they're doing. I think I put them in trash above Seahawks.
I don't
have any real direction. They have like good players here and there, but there's no like real key indicator whether they're. Because if they were like trying to rebuild, they would have traded like Cordell Patterson and like other top tier players that like playoff contenders would want. But they're keeping them and just like I don't know. It's just weird. I put them in trash because they've got nowhere to go.
Is Calvin Ridley still like even though he's not playing, is he still part of the Atlanta roster?
Who?
Calvin?
Yeah, he is. He's got 1 year suspension. Also, their quarterback's Marcus Mariota.
I don't know Marcus whatsoever.
And then Riddler as the backup. Like this is a team that's not going to score very much. They're going to be running the ball because those are 2 running quarterbacks. Neither of them are throwing quarterbacks.
So anyone with Kyle Pitts, aka Dan, I think you have Kyle Pitts in your fantasy.
Yeah, last year I did. Yeah,
you might want to be getting rid of your shares in him. Omar, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, trash.
Better than the Seahawks or worse than the Seahawks?
Way worse than the Seahawks. At least the Seahawks still have some pieces. They signed like Kenneth Walker, who I think is probably one of the best RB prospects. Like they have Drew Lock. Okay, he's not amazing, but he's still a reliable enough quarterback. Like they have still DK on
I don't think I've ever heard the words Drew Lock and reliable in the same sentence.
It's not the worst. He's not the worst. He's not the worst.
For what it's worth, I would say Atlanta are better than Seahawks.
I would too. Also, I forgot they got Drake London. They had a good.
They've still got Kyle Pitts.
Omar just wants to quit this.
He's gonna come for like 10 minutes and then wide receiver in the draft too.
All right, Baltimore Ravens.
According to you guys, rebuilding.
All right, Sebo, what do you think?
I don't know with Baltimore, man. Again, I think they're a team that's quite dependent on one player's performance. It depends on what Lamar we get. If Lamar turns up and we get sort of more of the QB that we saw in the first couple of seasons, I think they have to go in strong playoff contender, but I just don't know if I can trust him. I would probably say wild card. I'm not too high on their wide receiver options as well. J.K. Dobbins is coming off an injury. We don't really know what we're going to get from him. So I would say wild card personally.
So here's the thing. For me, for Ravens, looking at a lot of things. So one, obviously, their division just became, in my opinion, a little easier. I mean, you have, obviously, the Bengals are going to top it. Once again, Colin, my boys, Bengals. But then you have the Browns, who, as we already discussed, made a horrible horrible decision.
They in the doo-doo.
And then, so that's definitely at the bottom. And it's between the Ravens and the Steelers to get there, which I have more faith in the Steelers, to be honest. I do like Rashad Bateman a lot, and I know he didn't have a lot to show. I think he started really late, within, I think, 7th week or 8th week, because he got injured quite early. So I do believe in him a lot, but, I mean, where's Marquise Brown? Is he even here anymore? No, he's not.
No, he's at the Cardinals.
Marquise Brown out, Sammy Watkins out, so it's a new kind of like air offense, and like you said, J.K. Dobbins, pretty unreliable if you ask me, and it really depends on the Lamar-Mark Andrews combination. Defense pretty okay, so I would agree. I mean, they could make a run for the wild card. I'm not too high. I would put them maybe at the bottom of the wild card or maybe at the top of the middle of the pack. What do you think, Dan?
Top of wild card for me.
Ooh.
I think they would crush any of those teams. Well, I'm saying they would crush any of those teams, but I wouldn't put Denver there. So they'd crush any of those teams apart from Denver and that out of those 3 teams. I think they're really good. They were just really unfortunate last year on injuries. Like injuries everywhere. Quarterback, wide receivers, running backs, defensive ends, literally everywhere. If they're healthy, I think they could be below Green Bay, but to average it out and expect them to have some injuries, I put them above Dallas.
Okay, and you too? Because I put them at the bottom of wild card. He puts them at the top. Let's try to find the average here.
I would put them at the bottom of wild. Sorry, I would put them at the. I would put them above Broncos, but below Cowboys. I don't think they would beat the Cowboys.
Seb?
I put them above the Cowboys. I went down on this one.
There you go.
So the average is under the Cowboys because I put them at the bottom.
You did, yes.
All right. Next up,
And you guys really think the Cowboys are good?
They are.
I think they're
not.
good.
The Cowboys suck. When have the Cowboys been good? Never. They have like a good regular season and then they suck after that.
I'm sorry, Dad. You put Titans in wild card. You don't have a say now.
Titans got further in the playoffs than Dallas did.
Fight. Okay, Giants.
Next team.
Giants. Actually, Omar, we're going to go watch these 2 teams, Ravens and Giants. Let's go.
Exactly.
Let's go, baby.
Giants are definitely rebuilding, and I'd actually probably put them below the Jags. I think. Actually, I don't know. I mean, so they had a really good draft this year. I'd say them and the Jets actually had, and the Texans, to give them credit, had probably the strongest drafts. But I just think until they figure out what's happening with Saquon, I think, Daniel Jones, some people rate him, some people don't. I'm like more on the don't rate club. I'd say probably Trevor Lawrence is a bit better, and assuming they're both rebuilding, I'd put them below the Jags.
I don't know where to put them at all. I don't know what to expect from this team. Couldn't tell you anything, really. I'm shocked. What, Daniel Jones, okay, good or bad? Barkley, good or bad? They're repeating Kadarius Toney. I think he wanted to leave at some point. Kenny G I was so excited for this guy. Did nothing. Sterling Shepard, inconsistencies all over. One game he had it, then he's injured, then he sucks, then he's good, then he sucks. So I honestly have no freaking clue. I guess I would put them. I'm just thinking if they were to play the Jags, for some reason I think they would beat the Jags, so I would put them at the top of rebuilding. But that's about as far as I can go. Seb?
Yeah, no, I think I'd put the top of rebuilding as well. Like Omar said, they did have a very good draft. But yeah, no, I completely agree with you. They could be a surprise unit. I feel they could shock a few people, but then also wouldn't be surprised if they win 2 games. So yeah, I'm happy with the rebuilding. Dan?
Yeah, I put them top of rebuilding too.
Nice.
Yep. Cool.
Look at us.
Hey,
Finally.
look at us.
Cohesive. God,
It happens once every so often.
Once out of 32 chances. Get it? Get it? Okay.
Yes,
we have one of my favorite teams. Not the Packers.
Bengals.
There you go. Above.
Yeah, what do you think then?
Above them all right now. Above all of these right now. That's about as far as I go. Better than Chargers.
I agree. I think they solved the issue. The issue they had
Dan.
is protecting Joe Burrow and his potential demise. They put players into those positions. I think Super Bowl contenders. I think top.
Okay, I like this because I see Omar being like, what the, and then Dan as well. So could they actually agree on something?
Maybe.
I think you two. I think you two. I'll do a countdown, and you two at the same time should say which tier you think they should go in, and we'll see if you agree. How does that sound?
Yeah, I'm
I-
down for that.
All right.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Strong
Boswell.
playoff contender. Okay.
Oh,
I was gonna put them at Boswell.
God, did you say wild card, Omar?
Yeah, what are you on?
Oh my God! This is
Yeah.
a team that was just in the Super Bowl, man.
yeah. I think it was the biggest fluke. I don't.
Oh
think,
my.
I don't think
Jeez.
it's gonna happen again. By the way.
Yeah, I don't know
I
what sort of stuff they're smoking over there in New York, but you need to give me some of that. Like, oh my word!
Clip this. Clip this.
They
Dude, look,
overachieved massively.
they overachieved
Massively.
massively.
If I would put my entire net worth, which is about $1,000, on Jamar Chase and never hitting those numbers again.
Really? Wow.
There's no way. I mean, I don't know
You
how.
don't rate him,
He's a great player, but I just don't think he's going to replicate that kind of dominance again.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, look, I mean, Saib and I put them all the way at the top, so you guys bringing them down, I guess they fall to the bottom of the strong playoff contender. We happy with that? On average?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll prove you wrong. Don't worry. I
You've
already
also
did one
made
year,
a
so.
you've also made a GB out of your two favorite teams.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
What? New tattoo idea? That's actually nuts.
Please don't.
Nice detail, man.
The Green Bengals.
The Green Bengals. Tampa Bay.
Omar, what are you saying?
Super Bowl contenders. Those now that's a Super Bowl contending team.
Dan, do you agree?
Yeah, above Chargers.
I
Gabbo?
mean, yeah, it's Tom Brady. I can't. Until he proves me wrong, I just can't I can't bet against him.
I think
Sure,
this is
their
probably
defense. Hopefully, they fix the issues with the defense, but
it's another team like Green Bay, but I feel it's sort of just that level up that with the options that Brady has to throw to, if Brady's playing, they're going to be incredible. So, yeah, I don't think that's a particularly difficult one.
yeah, nope. Until
And
we're proven
actually-
wrong.
And actually, you guys were talking about defense. I don't remember who it was, but I remember some free agent moved to the Bucks, and it's like one of and I think it was wasn't Cam Hayward, was it?
No,
Some
Cam Hayward was
really
still
good-
Steelers.
Some
Akeem
really
Hicks,
good
maybe?
defensive. Yeah, Hicks.
Akeem
Yeah,
Hicks.
it was Akeem Hicks. Yeah, he moved. So they lost some people, but they still got a few reinforcements
I
back.
mean, they still. I mean, if you look at their on defense, they still have Vita Vea, Devin
Yeah.
White, Levante David, Shaq Barrett, Antoine Winfield Jr. And that's a really solid defensive unit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think they're going to be giving some problems to people.
Cool.
Right,
Quick
next
one.
team, easy one.
Quick one. Raiders.
Raiders.
Strong playoff contenders. I'll say it. Probably higher than the Bengals.
I can already
Dan?
see Dan agree with that.
What did you say, Omar? Strong playoff contender?
Yeah, above the
Above
Bengals.
the Bengals, he said.
Oh, I'll put. Oh, see that division's so messed up because we would put all four teams in there, and one of them has to come last and won't make it. I'd put them below the Bengals probably. I think.
Seb?
Gabbo?
Haha, fine. Let me go. I don't know. I personally think it's an overhyped team, but I can agree. I can be okay with being below the Bengals, not above. No way in hell. But I was gonna put them top of the wild card, but yeah, I guess the Raiders could be up there.
I think I think I was going to agree with you. Maybe good top of wild card. I think obviously the addition of Devontae Adams, fantastic. They added Chandler Jones, fantastic. Just again, I'm still not sold on Derek Carr. I'm just not sold on Derek Carr. So, but I'm happy to go with below the Bengals for now. We can drop them if they disappoint.
Yeah, they're pulling the average up. That's fine. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, you're right, Dan. Absolutely. Like this division is going to be nuts, and one of these 4 teams is going to be at the bottom. I personally think it's going to be the Broncos. Yes, could be the Broncos. But we'll see. We'll see because also Chiefs are.
Do you guys do you think Russell Wilson's bad?
No.
Do you not think the Denvers would be massively better with him at the helm?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Just wondering. I thought you guys thought he was shit or something.
No. I fully agree. It's just it's a hard division.
That's why I think. No, I still think they should be up in. I know it's very difficult to put all of that division in the same tier. I think those Broncos should be higher than that. Yeah.
Imagine if they all had the exact same record.
How does it go? Like how does that get solved?
I'm pretty sure it's point differential.
Wild. That'd be
and
crazy.
then all the head-to-heads were exactly the same.
Yeah, like you beat one, the other one beats the other, one beats the other, kind of like a
why would they have the point differential is exactly the same? Like, how do they do it? They should just have a playoff.
Yeah,
like neutral
maybe
ground.
it would.
They have to have a playoff.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Let's finish this conversation actually with the Chiefs because I'm actually curious about what we're going to place the Chiefs in because sure it is Patrick Mahomes, sure you got Kelsey, you don't have Tyreek Hill anymore. Now you have MVS, who to me is very overhyped, and who's the other guy? Juju that just went in there, another overhyped wide receiver. So would this be a team that goes? I believe could be third last or bottom. Really depends. And I hate saying that, but hey, they were at the bottom at the beginning. But again, where would you put them there? If you're hyped about Broncos, if you're hyped about the Raiders, and you're hyped about the Chargers, then where the hell do you put the Chiefs then?
No, they're all so good. It's I don't know. It's really difficult to say. I would put a person if I like putting aside all the 3 other teams. If I had to pick where to put them, I'd put them below the Chargers. I'd probably put them above. Yeah, where the Chargers are.
I would agree with that. I think they've got another crazy good QB. Okay, they lost Tyreek Hill, but they replaced him with, again, as sort of that, like, do you want 3 good wide receivers versus the 1 top tier? Potentially you go for the 3. They've still got a fantastic tight end. The defense is the only thing that last year gave them some trouble. But I still think with Mahomes, they're a Super Bowl contender.
With your homie? Okay. All right.
With Mahomes.
Omar, did you agree with that at the top here?
No.
No, but I think they're below. I think they're below Green Bay. I think like.
I could agree with that.
Yeah. Rogers, yeah. I don't know, but whatever. We put them there. Next.
All right. Cool. Well, no, I agree with you. By the way, I would have put them in strong player contender, but
I mean, we can if we average it out.
Well, both of you put him here, right?
Yeah.
You and Dan put him here. Me and Omar put them below Green Bay, so I guess technically they would have to go there.
Yeah, whether we put them there for now.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Okay, next up would be I spun and got.
Also, for Super Bowl contenders, we need to keep it for 2 teams, like because at the end of the day, we're trying to estimate. Like,
I don't think it has to be because you could have more than 2 teams that look as though they could contend for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, look,
it could be 4 teams.
The Rams. That's what we're talking about now. So the Rams, for example,
Super Bowl contenders, 100% Super Bowl contenders. Yeah,
Super Bowl contenders. I'll put them at the very top. Actually, I'll put them above the Bucs.
Ooh.
I think I would put them between the Bucs and the Chargers.
Yeah, they lost a lot of pieces. They lost a lot of people who haven't re-signed. So unless they get people to re-sign later or new players, not the same team.
All right. Well, I mean, look, it's gonna be close anyway. Didn't we put these 2 up here last year as well?
Yeah, we did. I think we definitely put Bucs and Rams together up there.
Yeah, and we put Green Bay and Bills there. And Omar, you missed the conversation on Green Bay, but essentially it was more like me saying that I'd rather put them there and be surprised than put them up top and be disappointed.
Yep.
I
I mean, they've never made the Super Bowl in a very long time. So.
Exactly. Shut up. But yes. That is literally what. What the hell is this team? I see the Canadians logo, like Montreal Canadiens. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's Washington.
Okay.
We'll go with them.
Or it could be San Fran, but it's actually San Fran. Let's go with San Fran.
No, Omar. Talk about your team.
No, that's a hard one. So I think I'd probably put us in the wild card. I think our division got a tad bit easier. Like Arizona, honestly, I don't know. Arizona is super inconsistent, and like as we've established, the Seahawks are trash. So realistically, you can argue wild card, but I think it's very contingent on what Trey Lance is like. I think if he's really good, we can definitely get into the wild card. But I'm happy to put us middle of the pack. I'll probably say below the Dolphins, but I think it's because we put the Dolphins too low. But I'll probably put us middle of the pack below the Dolphins for now.
I'll jump in and say I completely agree with that. And again, same logic, Trey Lance, good or bad, so just a lot to prove.
I think they're going to be a bit better than that. I still think they have a fantastic coach. They have some nice pieces on both sides of the ball. If Trey Lance doesn't work, I guess they've still got Jimmy G on the roster, right?
Yeah, but they want to trade. He's officially on the trade block, so.
Okay, maybe not then. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to go middle of the pack. I think they may be a bit better than that, to be honest. I think they could end up into the wildcard tier, but I'm happy to go middle of the pack for now.
Dan?
I think they're teetering between a rebuild and middle of the pack because Debo also wants out. So if you're going to be trading both Jimmy G and Debo, then
they're not trading Debo. It's already been sorted. He's like their contract negotiations.
I haven't seen a contract signed or anything. You can't say it's sorted when there's no contract announced. There's no way.
That's like saying Mo Salah is sorted.
Yeah, there's no evidence to say it's sorted. I'm sorry, but also Trey Lance played something like 14 college football games. I don't know what the hype around him is when there's literally no tape, no evidence to say that he's good. I don't think they're going to be a very good team with him. Sorry.
Okay. Well, look, it averages there. I heard one of the funniest things this weekend. I'm not going to say what the conversation was about, but it applies to the scenario where that team is a bunch of fours pretending to be nines.
Nice.
So on that
you
note,
can give us the context some other time.
You can figure it out probably. Wait, didn't we talk about the Colts?
Oh. Yeah, we did.
Where the hell
did we put them?
I don't know where we ended up putting them.
What happened in that conversation?
That might have been when Omar appeared.
Yeah. Could be cool. Well, we did say better than Titans. So Omar, you want to pick where?
Already top of the wild card.
Is that what we were saying? Yeah, that wasn't too high on them. Yeah.
I don't know about top.
I was the highest strong playoff contender, but I believe in Matt Ryan.
I don't think they're better than the Broncos or the Ravens, personally.
I think they're way better. They're definitely better than the Ravens. Maybe not better than the Cowboys, or they're definitely not better than the Raiders. So that's why I'm saying they're
okay. So Sebo, you're here.
Yeah.
I'm here. Omar's here, and Dan, you're at the bottom, I think. No, above the Titans.
Yeah, with Seb.
Okay, so
we'll
average it out with me bumping them up a little bit. Okay, good. Jets.
That's not the average, but okay.
What's the average here?
Yes, Jets.
Yeah, the average.
Omar is right. That is not the average, but
that's totally not the average. But okay.
Is this the average?
I mean, this tier list lost all credibility when we put the Atlanta Falcons above the Seahawks, but whatever.
They are better than the Seahawks, bro. I can't wait for the Seahawks to be terrible. I cannot wait. You know what? I'll bet you right now that the Falcons will be better than the Seahawks by the end of the season.
You know what, Seb?
The Falcons will have a better record.
By the way, I made a similar bet with Max from 2 years ago that the Kings would finish with a better score than the Knicks, and he still owes me a jersey. So I'll do the same with you. Loser buys the winner a jersey of their choice.
Jeez.
I can't shake your hand, but over the internet, I shake your hand.
We have video proof. This is
we do.
I can bring this to a court of law.
Yeah, this is live actually. Yeah, that is true.
Imagine submitting this to a court. This-
and then we stream it. We'll stream it live. All right, Jets.
We'll just laugh at your tier list.
Yeah.
Rebuilding.
Rebuilding.
They made some nice pickups in the draft.
Yeah, they made nice
Excellent.
moves.
I'm optimistic about them taking a bit of a step. Good
You said-
coach.
You said middle of the pack, Dan?
Yeah, bottom of middle of the pack. I think they
Okay.
took a massive step.
I can agree with that. I believe in Bryce Hill. So
But
Yeah,
it could end up being in trash. Who knows?
yeah,
Like,
that's true.
this is based off of their draft, literally. So I put them, there.
Oh, don't you love seeing the Jets right next to the 49ers? Yeah.
And you put the Titans that high. Wow, no, unreal.
All right, Pittsburgh.
I laugh, but the Vikings are probably going to be joining them in a minute. So yeah.
Sure.
Pittsburgh, Dan, you know about the Steelers.
Oh, this one is really difficult because I don't even know who the quarterback's going to be. God. I still think they have a shot at wild card. They have like a really good team. It's just like, who knows with the quarterback? So I don't know. Kenny Pickett, from what I saw in college, I watched every single home game live. He was insane. Never seen any college quarterback like it. Whether that translates or not is, another thing. I don't really want Mitchell Trubisky. I'd rather take a shot with a rookie than Mitchell Trubisky, to be honest. But who knows? I still think, I don't know. I think even better than Tennessee Titans. I put them between Tennessee and Broncos.
Omar, you agree?
I agree.
Nice. Wow. Shocking. Seb.
Yeah, that is shocking. I'm happy with that. I think
Okay.
they have the potential to drop down. I think quite quick just because of the QB play. But like you say, outside of that, they have a really strong team. So they've always got a solid defense. They've got some nice pieces skill wise. So Najee Harris is going to probably be even better.
Yeah, I think the team got better. I mean, we've been complaining about Big Ben for this whole time, and
This is very
100%, yeah.
true.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's why it's like with a rookie, it's like you don't know what you're gonna get. Are you gonna get a Mac Jones level of rookie where it's like you bring them to the playoffs, or are you gonna get Trevor Lawrence type of rookie where it's just like you
True.
couldn't cope with the NFL level yet?
But at least you guys have a defense to prevent it from
Yeah.
getting way out of
Also,
hand.
Kenny Pickett played at Heinz Field in college, so like it's not like he's changing stadium or
They
city or
played their
anything.
college games there.
Yeah, they play at Heinz Field. Yeah,
Sick.
Steelers play on Sundays and Pitt plays on Saturdays. So Kenny Pickett has been in the changing rooms for the last 3 years. He's been in the facility. He knows all the players. He knows the coaching staff, everything. It's just like a step up, like a promotion almost. So a big promotion, but
Can I say a
still.
hot take? Can I say a hot take?
Go for it.
Yeah.
I think the Steelers are gonna make the Super Bowl in the next 5 years.
Damn.
I love hearing Omar saying that because he wouldn't stop talking about the Steelers last year.
How
So-
bad they were.
Well,
So I like
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
like it.
yeah. I think they got assuming the
And they drafted well.
And they drafted well. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a really good draft.
Detroit.
Next,
Rebuilding?
Yeah, I gotta be in rebuild. I don't know where to put them in rebuild though.
I would say
I
they're
would-
worse. I would say bottom of rebuild. I don't see them being better than the Texans right now.
Mm,
they're definitely better than the Texans right
I
Yeah.
put them between
Yeah.
Jags and New York, maybe.
Same. I would even put them above New York, to be honest.
now.
But
I put them above New York.
okay,
Who-
so that averages it out.
I mean, they've still got Jared Goof, haven't they, at QB?
Goof. I
Uh,
like it. I like that. We should have another Kirk Goofy.
Yeah, but the wide
Yeah.
receivers, the wide receivers are good. They picked up a lot of good defensive pieces, which I think is gonna like bolster their pass rushing because their pass rushing was awful last year. Like they barely got to the QB. So I don't know. I think they're in good shape.
All right. Well, we somehow agreed. It's right there.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Monroe again. I'm curious where people will draft him because he was doing really well towards the end of the season.
Yeah,
in
who,
fantasy.
sorry?
Amon-Ra?
Ross and Brown.
Oh yeah, he was. Oh, you know what? I don't think they're in a like that. I put them top of rebuild and potentially below
That's
the
what I
Jets.
said. I would put
I
them
don't
above
think
Giants.
they're that bad. They also took like every single team they played against to like their limits.
That's
they
true.
rarely got blown out.
That's true.
I put them next to the Jets. I don't know. I'm just saying for me. I don't know about you guys, but that's where I would put them.
Would
To
you
be
guys
fair,
move him
actually,
up?
I mean, they picked up DJ Chark. That's a nice,
That's nice.
nice veteran. DeAndre Swift was good. Aiden Hutchinson was a great draft pick.
Yeah,
move
I
them
don't
up,
think
Omar?
we should put them in rebuilding. I think they've kind of like got their pieces.
I would suggest swapping the Jets and the Lions. I think the Jets are still missing quite a few pieces to be middle of the pack. Middle of the pack is like 7-7. The Jets are not going to hit 7-7 or 8-8, whatever. I don't think the Jets are going to hit 8-8.
That's
Do you
an
think-
interesting proposition actually.
I don't think they're going to hit 8-8. I'd say the Lions have a better chance hitting 8-8 than the Jets do.
I mean, to be fair, actually, neither of them I think are going to get very close to that. So, I'm happy because I guess middle of the pack doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win 50% of games.
Yeah, it just means you're in the middle of the actual 32.
All of the
teams,
yeah.
You know?
I'm happy to move. I'm happy to move the lines up.
Okay.
I don't have a burning desire to keep them in rebuilding.
Look at this beautiful bell curve, though. This is how it's good. This is how we know that we're
That's
good
true,
at this.
actually, yeah, that's true.
It's a bell curve. All right. Philadelphia. What? What?
Just getting so excited over a bell curve. I love it.
Yes. Philly. We just talked about them getting AJ Brown, who was trash last year. I don't like Philly. Never did. But I don't know what to think of him. I mean, Jalen Hurts will run the ball. Who was that stat that you put the other day, Omar? Which I
like explosiveness index.
Yeah.
He will stop explosiveness. I think they're below the San Francisco.
I think that's fair.
See, I'm quite high on the Eagles. I don't know if it's just me or yeah. I'll be interested to see what Dan says. I would put them in wild card.
Wildcat. Whoa. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Dan.
I think they got significantly better, like a lot better. But I'm just not sure if they'd be in wild card just yet. I think I'd put them top of middle of the pack, but it wouldn't surprise me if they got to a wild card spot. Actually, their division sucks. And Dallas, I really don't like, and I think they could probably beat Dallas. I'm going to put them in wild card too. So that probably will bring them down to the middle of the pack, but that's where I think I would put them.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess that averages top of the middle of the pack.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm quite high on them. I think Jalen Hurts looked good. I could see him taking another step.
Yeah. I think he's vastly better than Tua. Let me put it that way.
Oh yeah, much better.
And they played on the same team at the same time. So
I think AJ Brown is going to shut up some haters as well this year. I have a soft spot for AJ Brown because he won me a fantasy a couple of years ago. But yeah, I think he's going to come back with a bang.
Cool. All right. Let's move on to an easy one. Buffalo.
Super Bowl contenders.
top of Super Bowl contenders.
Top.
Yeah. I think the best team in football right now.
Yeah, me too.
I think I would put them below the Rams.
Interesting.
Also, they got I forgot they got Von Miller as well this year.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? No, I'll take that back. I think they are top. No, you're right. I think they got Von Miller, and I think they got a steal in James Cook, who is
Yes, me too. Because that was their one weak position was they
exactly.
didn't have a running back. They sucked.
So I think between them,
man, that team's good.
And Singletary, like right now, they have a very solid RB committee in Singletary, Zach Moss, and James Cook. So
Yeah.
So I can agree with all of what you guys are saying. I just don't. Can you freaking go in there? There you go. I can agree. It's just I know if I were to watch Bucks and Bills, I still think the Bucks would win it, but because it's TB12. But no, I agree. It's a team that got better in their 1 week position, and it's gonna be amazing to watch. All right, Washington. I thought we talked about this already. No, we didn't. Washington.
No,
No, didn't.
Trash. They gave up draft capital to willingly sign Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I would agree.
Willingly sign Carson Wentz. Please tweet that. Please tweet that.
Like if you're willingly signing Carson Wentz, like you made the conscious. You woke up. You're the general managers of the Commanders. You're like, I want him. So
I'd rather just play Taylor Heineke.
Yeah,
I like Taylor
agree.
Heineke. It was solid.
I agree.
Yeah, no, I can't see them doing anything. Trash. And again, they don't seem to be doing any sort of real rebuilding. So, yeah.
I heard they're trying to shop Terry McLaurin as well. So that really makes me think like, oh god, like you're just tanking now. I guess not even a rebuild yet. It's just like pure shit.
So we're in trash at the bottom.
Yeah, I'd put them like rock bottom.
No, I still personally think they have more than the Eagles.
Seahawks, you mean?
I think they're better.
Eagles?
Sorry, the Seahawks. Sorry, the Seahawks. Sorry, I'm just looking at the Eagle.
I agree with that too, but I know Omar doesn't. So let's leave it at the bottom.
I'll happily wait until we get.
Okay, I'll change my mind. I'll put it above the Seahawks.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. You get
Just to rub it on Omar. All right, Browns. Let's go. We have a couple minutes left. 7 teams to go. Let's go, Browns.
I'm putting them in trash for that trade. Holy shit! Like they could be like one of the worst teams in the NFL if they lose Baker and Deshaun. Like who's quarterback? Cam Newton, maybe. Colin Kaepernick will they get? I don't fucking know. Like this could be really bad.
I think I picked up because I saw there were whispers that apparently they might play Jacoby Brissett, who was on the roster.
Boy,
I picked him up on fantasy just as a potential, if someone's struggling for a QB, I'll send that a little trade over. But no, I think trash.
Any team that hires a guy that has 22 sexual assaults against him is trash.
They probably should have their own.
And it's like not only trades for him and then pays him one of the biggest guaranteed contracts in NFL history.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to be the worst of the worst. I'm sorry, you cannot tell me.
Can't put them at the bottom.
I'm happy to put them.
I still think Kareem Hunt and Chubb are gonna get them enough, wins to at least be top of the trash here. They're still trash.
Yeah, probably top of the trash, but their division is hard. Like I without Deshaun, they're gonna lose. Period. They're not gonna beat Ravens. Probably not gonna beat Steelers, and definitely not gonna beat Bengals.
I do see a big year for Donovan Peoples-Jones. He's a little sleeper of mine on fantasy as well.
I'll make sure I steal him before he gets to you then, Seb.
All right, Arizona.
Strong playoff.
Wild card.
Ooh.
Gabo?
You guys two said strong playoff, and Omar, you said wild card. Top of the wild card, I'm assuming you're saying.
I'll probably put them below the Colts.
Okay. I would put them above the Raiders.
Okay.
I think I would also put them above the Raiders.
Okay.
All right, then we'll put them at the bottom of the strong playoff contender.
Cool.
Omar, you okay? You okay there?
Omar's like having like a 10-year like trying to.
I was like, why did I freaking do it, man?
I could have just been in my comfort zone. Anyways,
you should do your own tier list, and then we can compare it to our average one. It'd be funny to watch. New Orleans Saints.
Oh, that's a tough one actually. I think they're as mediocre as they get.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The most average of average teams, I feel you're gonna get this year.
I would put them below. I would put them below the 49ers. I don't think they are worse than the Jets, but they're definitely not better than the 49ers.
I would agree with that.
So I would agree, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets or the Lions sneak out a win. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean that I would put them below those two, but I wouldn't be surprised if either the Jets or the Lions get a win, especially the Lions. I think the Lions could.
I think New Orleans got a lot better. I mean, they're going to have Michael Thomas back this year, and also they drafted Chris Olave. They got real skill. So, and I think their wide receivers are really good. Just for that, I'd put them like between Philly and the Dolphins, I think.
Okay.
Who are they playing at QB, though?
Jameis.
James Winston.
And they have Andy Dalton? Let's go!
Who knows what you're going to get with that team?
Let's go. Wait, so where's the other quarterback? Didn't they sign him for 4 years? Is he not part of the depth chart?
Taysom Hill.
Yeah,
he's not playing QB anymore. Yeah, that was a failed experiment. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's playing like tight end fullback.
Okay, I like that then. I'll move him up for that. I like that they committed to that. Screw that. I hated that.
It was so dumb.
And
So
being an Alvin
dumb.
Kamara owner, freaking hated that. Oh my god. Okay. All right. So Dan, you said between Eagles and Dolphins. Seb, you said
I agreed with Omar between 49ers and Jets.
49ers and Jets, and Omar 49ers and Jets. And based on the 3 wide receivers, I would put not above the Dolphins, but above the 49ers. So
Okay.
just looking at Omar's face, man, I love it.
I'd love to go back and just pick out Omar's face after every pick. I think that'd be a great little compilation.
That'd be a nice TikTok compilation. Yeah. Chicago.
Probably rebuilding below the Jags.
Ooh, below the Jags. I think they're still okay above.
I'd put them in trash.
Wow. Okay. Maybe I'm overhyping this. I was gonna go middle of the pack somewhere in there, but
I'm not very high on this team at all. Who have they got?
David Monty, baby. Justin Fields, baby. David Monty.
Do you mean Donna Mooney?
That's a bit.
I just don't think they have. They don't really have anyone that.
I put them below Texans. Texans have more draft capital. Probably gonna have a better record actually than Chicago. They've got an easier schedule.
Okay, you know what? I'm a Packers fan. I don't know why I was even defending them. Fine, we'll just put them at the rebuilding. Where was it that you guys wanted? At the bottom.
I think trash. I don't think.
Okay, so that brings them all.
Are they really? Are they better than the Browns?
In that tier. What?
Are they better than the Browns? Really?
That's true. Actually, fair point. I think they're below the. I think they're probably.
No, but I think they're a rebuilding team. That's why I'm putting them there. I think they're a worse team, but they actually have like a plan. They're rebuilding.
Okay.
They're getting rid of a lot. They're getting rid of like Khalil Mack. They got rid of a lot of the guys who have a lot of the cap space, but they've got like Justin Fields, David Montgomery, who are both really young. And they picked up a really good wide receiver. I can't remember his name in the draft too. So it looks like they're rebuilding to me, anyway.
Okay.
They have some plan.
Let's talk about disappointment of Christian McCaffrey in the Panthers.
Oof.
Where do we put them? Is it Sam Darnold still?
Well, Sam Darnold or the new rookie Matt Corral, who sucks, by the way. So
or Baker. So Panthers right now are the number 1 team trying to trade for Baker.
That's not an upgrade.
That,
but that's not an upgrade, is it?
I think
Baker
so.
sucks. Baker sucks.
He was playing. I think he was playing injured. He had like a dislocated, fractured shoulder for most of the year. I think if you take if you really think about what that means, like if you break a finger and you're in pain, like this guy had a busted shoulder in a game where you're throwing the whole time, in a position where you're throwing the whole time, and still did better than like 99% of any average human. I think Baker gets a lot of hate.
I would put them middle of the pack. I would again have them between San Fran and the Jets. I think again a lot of that relies on McCaffrey. If he isn't up to speed, they're really going to struggle. But
okay, so that's your position, Omar. Where would you put them again? Did you say?
I'll probably put them. I don't think they're rebuilding. I think they're honestly. It's either going to be bottom of middle of the pack, and then assuming like I don't think they're in rebuild mode. I think in their perception they're trying to compete. So it's either bottom of middle of the pack or below the Browns in trash. It depends on.
That seems a very big spread.
Because we have a different definition, right? Like rebuilding is technically this tier, but
surely it would either be bottom or middle of the pack or above the Browns.
But we put the Browns there not necessarily because of their roster, but more so their business decisions.
That's true.
Because
right? As a roster, they have Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney, like their pass rushers. They have Denzel Ward. They have a really good
Hunt, Nick Chubb.
Then why are we leaving them in trash?
I don't know. I didn't want them there.
I think they should be middle of the pack, personally.
Anyway, it depends on your definition of whether they have Deshaun Watson or not, because that makes a massive difference. You either have Jacoby Brissett or a top 5 quarterback. Which one? Got to pick one.
I think if
we commit in this.
And
Anyway.
also, he's going to get suspended. So even if Deshaun Watson comes and misses like 6-7 games, they're not making the playoffs. So we don't put them in playoffs.
By the way, apparently the NFL is going to suspend Deshaun for a year. So like,
So then they would definitely be trashed. Like,
Okay, Panthers.
Anyway, Panthers.
Dan, where would you put them? I would put them really low. But where would you put them, Dan?
I think between Jags and New York.
Between Jags and New York. Okay.
Mm.
And Omar, where'd
They have a
you
young team.
you put them at
And
the
they
bottom of the
give-
middle, right?
yeah, I put them on the bottom of the middle. Yeah.
And Sebo, you between San Fran and Jets.
Yeah.
I personally hate this team, so I would have go as low as trash. I hate this team. But
And that would
Given-
take them to bottom of rebuilding. Or
no,
just
because
above-
that would be my decision. Would be pulling like all top of U3s a lot more. So it's somewhere in the rebuilding.
Are they actually rebuilding though?
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. They have no direction. That's what
I
I'm
would
saying.
say
Like,
I would say that if anything, they probably have to go top of trash in that case.
Yeah.
Dan, what did you say, Dan?
We said between Giants and Jags.
New York. Yeah.
Okay.
Put them in that rebuilding
Put them in the middle.
somewhere. Yeah, fuck it, I'll do.
Screw that team. I want to leave the Vikes for the end, so let's go with the Patriots. Omar, what do you think of the Patriots?
I would say middle of the pack.
yeah, I mean, I think they're better than the Saints. So I'll probably put them above the Saints, below the Dolphins.
Well, you did say that the Dolphins would be
A lot higher. I think
A
the
li-
Dolphins are. Yeah, I think
higher
the
than the
Dolphins
Pats.
are. Yeah, so I think the Dolphins are. I'll put the Dolphins above the Titans, but everyone decided to bring them down.
You hate the
Uh,
Titans so much.
No, guys, they're so bad. They're such a bad team. Apart from Derek, you take Derek Henry away. That's literally that is a team worse than the Panthers, than the Commanders. Like, take Derek Henry away from the Titans. They're literally a worse team than the Commanders.
I
But
don't
we
know.
can't
I don't
take
think
him
they're
out, though.
that
But
bad. I don't think they're that bad. Anyway, we're talking about the page. We're not talking about the Titans anymore.
Okay, above the Saints.
talking-
Above the Saints.
I honestly think the majority of this video has been about the goddamn Tennessee Titans.
I put them above. I put the Pats above the Saints.
Okay, Seb.
I think I'd agree with that. I'm happy to go with that. I think, yeah, they made a few nice pickups, but I don't think they're going to be pulling up any trees.
Dan.
Yeah, same. That's fine.
Fine.
Where would you put them?
No, I would just put them at the top of the middle of the pack. I think they're better than the Dolphins and the Eagles.
Nah,
Oh no, I don't. Yeah, no,
I don't think they're better than the
I-
Dolphins.
All right, Seb finishes up.
And then we have one final Super Bowl contender, guys.
And now I mute Seb and we leave it
Oh.
here.
Well, no, according to you guys,
Nah.
no one is worse than the Seahawks, so they're above the Seahawks.
No, they're the
that's fair,
worst.
that's
Anyway,
fair,
we're not
that's
going to Seahawks anymore. I think we are middle of the pack. I am optimistic with our new coach, but I think I'm sort of like Gabo. I want to temper my expectations and then potentially be surprised, as opposed to getting my hopes up too much. I don't think we're gonna. We might sneak in via the wild card, but I would be surprised. So I would say middle of the pack.
Omar?
Let Dan go first.
Dan?
I love that Sab is like so good with his team. Like, didn't overachieve, didn't put them above where they should have been. I agree. I think I'd put them between Dolphins and Philly. That's why I put them.
Okay, that's close enough where I put it. I would put them at the top of the middle of the pack. I know I put them in trash as a joke, but I do agree with the changing coach. It's going to be a lot better. But
Thank
it's
God.
for me. It's like the middle of the middle. Like it's a team that could go either way. Could win, could lose.
I think Kirk is like the definition of middle of the pack. He's not a guy that's going to take us to a Super Bowl. He will get us probably like 8 or 9 wins. Great.
Yeah.
we're not gonna. At least we have some nice skill pieces. Obviously, Justin Jefferson is going to be the best wide receiver in the game, and then we still have Dalvin doing good things. So wow, no one pulled me up on that. I'm very surprised. But yeah, I'm not gonna get too excited.
All right.
Sorry. Yeah, I'll be quick. I think they're worse than the Pats. I don't think the Vikings would beat the Patriots. I honestly, I don't even think they would beat the 49ers, but that's just me potentially being biased. I'd put them below the Pats. I'd put them between the Saints and the Patriots.
Okay.
The Patriots made the playoffs. The Patriots made the playoffs last year.
Yeah. Dan, you put them between Dolphins and Patriots, right? Or Dolphins and Eagles?
Yeah.
Which one?
Sorry, the Eagles and Dolphins.
Okay. And Seb, where did you put them again?
I didn't really give them a spot. I think we're better than the Patriots.
Okay, I'm gonna put them at the top. So okay, well we'll split that division. Let's put the Vikings right there in the middle.
Damn, would you look at that?
Look at that beautiful bell curve again.
Would you look at that?
You know.
Everyone gets upstream to a bell curve.
Yeah, data. Ooh, baby, that T value. Ooh, baby.
That standard deviation, baby.
Oh, standard deviation.
The covariance. Rrr.
Okay, on that note.
I think that's a very good note to stop.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Well, I wish I had joined earlier because there's been very questionable decisions that were made prior and during and probably after this stream, me joining it. But very happy that I joined. Thank you, everyone, to the few fans. I actually saw a few numbers come up, so whoever was watching, thank you all. I will stay true to my Seahawks pick. I will remind everyone.
I can't wait to get my free jersey. I'm excited for that.
Oh, I cannot wait until
what was the
I
bet
get
again?
mine.
Seahawks and who?
Falcons.
Falcons. Okay.
Dude, the Falcons' best player is a 33-year-old running back / wide receiver that was like a failure his whole career.
Kyle Pitts is their best player, bro. Don't even. Anyway, we're not getting into this anymore.
Anyways, well, thank you everyone who joined, and join us next time for more tier lists, more bad decisions, and take care.